How much do I make in a year freelance writing? So in this one, I'm going to talk all about my freelance writing side hustle that's kind of turned into somewhat of a career and something I just really enjoy doing personally anyways. And it's a fun side hustle that's turned into a full-time income for me. So in this one, I'm going to break down how much I commonly will make every month, because it's not going to be the same every month, that's for sure. Like with a lot of side hustles, you can't expect to make the same amount every single month, and that's why sometimes it's so scary to quit your job and do your full-time side hustle as your regular income, because you never know. You could make $3,000 this month, you could be making $6,000 this month, and then the next month $3,000. And that's kind of how freelance writing is actually for me personally and for a lot of other people, and I'll explain why in this video. But first, we're going to talk about how to get started freelance writing. So the most obvious places to start are going to be on Fiverr, so definitely check out Fiverr. Easy to get gigs starting out there, as well as Upwork. And besides that, just reaching out to companies that you want to write for. So for me personally, when I started out writing, I started on Fiverr. I made a profile charging, $5 for a basic couple hundred word article, $10 for like 600 to 700 words, and then 1,000 words I was charging just $15. Slowly over time, I have increased those numbers. Right now, for a 200-word article, I charge $20. And if you don't know, a 200-word article is about 2 short paragraphs. And if I'm knowledgeable about the topic, which I have niched down to a specific topic that I'll get to in a minute, I can write a 200-word article in about 10 minutes. So that's going to be $120 per hour. But if someone orders an article that's more words, I'll actually give them a slight discount, because it is actually easier to write, say, the same topic for 200 words versus 400 words. It's almost the same amount of work. It'd probably take 10 versus 15 minutes. And if you can get, $20 for a 200-word article, but maybe say, hey, if you want a 400-word article, I'll only charge you $35. It's going to be worth the time and a little less money to get a bigger contract like that on an article. So if you're starting on Fiverr, I'd recommend starting with a low price and then building that price up as you get reviews and repeat customers and all of that coming to you for some work. So same thing basically applies to Upwork. It's basically like Fiverr, but a little different. I found Fiverr's easier to get work, especially at first. But then the reach out. So when I first started freelance writing, I was reaching out. I made a list of 200 sites I wanted to write for, and I'll just give it away. My niche is sports, and now sports betting niche, which I basically only really write on that niche and that topic. But I made a list of 200 sites, then I went to all of those sites and looked for contact information, whether it's a phone number or email, and I reached out to all of them. Honestly, it took me like less than a full day of work to do all of that, and I got a handful of clients that way. So that is a really good way as well, and they're not going to take 20% like Fiverr does. You could do it with PayPal, and they'll take a much smaller fee on a PayPal charge. So when I was first starting out, I wasn't charging as much, didn't have as many clients, so I was making a couple $100s per month. Slowly, I've built it up to over 1,000, and then over 2,000, over 3,000. Some months in sports betting and writing for sports, when NBA, NFL are in full swing, are the big months for me, which we're coming up to. That's when I can make $6,000 plus every single month. But like last month, July, you only have MLB going. So for sports betting in MLB is not as big as NFL or NBA in the United States. Not going to get as much work. I did less than 3,000, but as an average, I'll do about 4,000 or a little more every single month. And for a full-time year, I'm revealing it now as $50,000 about in a year in profit freelance writing. And I'm not doing this full-time. It's a side hustle. The best way I've found to make a good amount of money is to find people that want a ton of articles every single day. Like I found sports betting companies that want articles previewing games every single day, and they want like 5 articles that are 500 words each every single day. So I normally charge $40 per article, and that would be $200 a day. But since they're doing this, I give them a discount, $150 a day. These 5 articles of 500 words for game previews of NFL and NBA. I know this stuff so well that I can knock this work out in under 2 hours. 500 word articles every single day. You just get in the grind, in the mode every day, hour and a half, hour 40, knock it out, $150 in a day. If we're talking about this over a week, because I have had deals where I had to work Saturday and Sunday as well for less than 2 hours, because these sports betting companies want them every single day, not just the weekdays. Honestly, the weekends are probably bigger betting days for them, so they want them especially on the weekends. But $150 over 7 days, that's going to be over $1,000 every single week. So during the season, if I can find 1 or 2 clients like that want something similar to that they're going to pay me $1,000 a week, right there, it's going to be about $7,000 in a month. Just having 2 of those clients, I'm going to be making over $8,000 in a month. But it's hard to find clients that big, especially that want 5. I've had some that had like 3 of those a day, and then you can make $80, $90 a day. But basically that's a sweet spot. Instead of doing a ton of small articles, like having 20 different customers a week that order 1 or 2 articles for an entire week, try to get those clients that want daily articles and have a ton of content for you to put out. Do really good work up front on the first handful of articles. They'll start to trust you, and then you can kind of get into a groove and be cranking these out, and they won't be as critical of your work as you go further on, honestly. So put in that work up front, and then you could start just getting in a rhythm and be cranking these out and making money in no time. So for someone trying to get into this, I would personally recommend doing it in a niche that you're really comfortable with and know a lot about. For me, it's sports and sports betting. Like I said, I can crank a 500-word game preview out, in like 20 minutes. For someone else who doesn't know that much about sports or sports betting, it could take them an hour to do what I do. But if you're into celebrity gossip or something, you could crank those articles out. A lot of these customers want me to come up with the article topics as well. So if you know the topics, that's just another added bonus, and you could write on what you actually want to write on for people. Other topic ideas are technology, AI, NFT stuff, crypto, business. You can even write about side hustles. Could be news topics, politics. There's just so many different niches and topics besides sports and sports betting that you could easily get into. So for me personally, I try to work, 3 to 4 hours per day during the weekdays and not work as much on the weekends unless I have one of those deals that I was talking about. And for me, I could make $50,000 in a year. Like I said, some months it could be $6,000 or more. Some months it could be less than $3,000, but it averages out to a little over $4,000 every single month, which is $50,000 about. And it's important to have a bunch of side hustles, especially if you're side hustling full time. Someone like me, who you've seen on my channel, I sell on Etsy, on Amazon, on eBay. I have a handful of YouTube channels making money. I'm a writer. I have my own sports betting community with a paid VIP section. So I have a ton of different businesses and business ideas that I'm constantly trying out, trying to find the new ones that are working the best for me and that I can make money with, and stuff that I enjoy, like writing about sports and sports betting. So if you are going to try this, make sure it's something that you actually enjoy writing about, and make sure you actually enjoy writing too, because even if it's something you like but you don't enjoy the actual process of brainstorming and actually writing out the article, then it's probably not going to be for you in the long term. But for me, it's something I really like, enjoy doing, and can make a good amount of money with per hour. But it's not something I would want to do 8 hours a day. 3 to 4 hours per day is going to be perfect for me. So all in all, just find something that works for you. It could be writing, could be something like Etsy that I have a ton of videos on that I'll link at the end right here for you guys to check out when you're done with this. So if you're not selling on Etsy, it's a great opportunity. I recommend that you watch these 2 videos here on the end card. Subscribe to the channel for more of these videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.